Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in last week's video I told you what it looks like to live on the path, and that was from Luke 8. And now I'm going to tell you how 5 ways to get off of the path. So this video is called 5 ways to ditch the path, and I'm going to give you 5 different ways that you can move away from the path into better soil. So let's get started. So the first way to ditch the path is to talk to someone about what's holding you back. So if you feel like something's holding you back, whether it's an emotion or a situation, you should talk to someone you trust about it, because they'll give you insight and input, and they'll probably help you, or maybe they've even been through that situation before, so they'll really help you to get through that hard time, whatever it may be. The second way to ditch the path actually comes out of a verse in the Bible, and that is Proverbs 13:20, and I'll read that. Walk with the wise and you will become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. So technically the second way is just to surround yourself with people who do not walk on the path with you. People who are on the good soil already. Make friends with them so maybe they can be a good influence on you and move you over, because the wise influence wisely, fools influence foolishly. So we should surround ourselves with people who are going to influence us to do good decisions and make good choices. It's not your Hail Mary or anything, but it will at least help you a little bit in the first couple steps you'll take to getting off of the path. The third way also comes from a scripture in the Bible, and that is 1 John 2:6, and that reads, "Whoever claims to live in him must live as Jesus did." So you should challenge yourself spiritually. Challenge yourself to read your Bible every day, even if that's just for 5 minutes or only a couple verses. Challenge yourself to read your Bible every day, because slowly but surely you'll kind of build up and go from maybe 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 15, but you just have to make that starting step. Another thing is praying daily, and same thing with reading the Bible. It may be small, it may be awkward, it may be weird, but just starting and talking to God will slowly build up. You'll slowly get more comfortable with it. You'll slowly get better at it, and it won't feel as awkward, but it's just starting that's hard. But it gets easier when you get used to doing it. The third thing is having God-centered conversations, and I know, especially for me, when I was starting to come around the church and stuff, it was very awkward to have God-centered conversations. It's just so awkward, but you just get used to it. And even if you just have to start about, like, what was the sermon about, or I read this really cool thing in the Bible, just start having a little bit more conversation about maybe what you're reading, what you're hearing, what you're learning, and that will help you, because maybe you'll learn what other people are learning, and maybe you'll learn something from that. The fourth way of ditching the path also, again, comes from the Bible, and it's in Matthew 16:24, and that reads, "Then Jesus said to his disciples, 'Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me.'" So this scripture is technically Jesus saying that we need to pick up our cross and follow him, and we also need to deny ourselves. So my fourth thing is trying to break old habits, whether that's cussing, lying, gossip, the list goes on and on. So we need to try to break these habits. You can try looking up scriptures about jealousy. What does the Bible say about jealousy? What does the Bible say about lying? It's a super simple Google search that you can do, and you can just look up the scriptures about what God says about all these things. You'll find countless scriptures on it, and they'll really help you to see what God's perspective on it, because that's what denying yourself is. It's finding God's perspective and denying how you feel about it, or your preferences or wants, and you put God's preferences and wants over yours. And the fifth and final way of how to get off the path is from Proverbs 1:5, and that reads, "Let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance." So my fifth thing is to get advice from spiritual role models. So maybe if you see somebody, we even do that in the church, baptized or not. So if you see somebody and they're really patient, you go like, "How are you so patient? Like, what'd you read? You know, like, how are you so patient?" So seek guidance from spiritual role models. You can ask them questions you have about God, questions you have about the Bible, how to pray better, maybe tips they have on maybe writing notes over the Bible, life tips, maybe like you're going through something and you can ask them if they maybe went through something similar, what they did about it. And also the Bible talks all the way through it about getting advice from other people, and that is so important, because if you don't get advice from other people, you're kind of just going about what you think or how you analyze scripture, and you can't really live like that, because maybe you have something off, and you also need that kind of objective thinking, so you make sure you're completely walking in a straight line, not walking in a line going all over the place. So that was my video about the 5 tips on how to leave the path. I hope you liked it, and I will be doing living on the rocky soil next Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed these Wednesday videos, and I will see you on Sunday. Goodbye. Bye.